Of groups here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Sydney 2023. Take it away, gents.
With pleasure. Thank you very much, Trace, Blair, of course, YNK. Got Sponge hanging out with me, and we're heading on into this big old best of 3 complexity up against Monte.
And hallzerk has become a bit of a resident Australian with that mullet. He fits right in.
There's a lot of them around here.
Yes, indeed. Now, the fact this is a rematch, we love a rematch, especially when the last spot in the arena is on the line.
Shiny P2K there. Rocking and rolling with that one. And it seems like complexity. It's not the first time we've seen teams go for this kind of connector, group, and walk. And it's not gone well for hallzerk. Good work from DemQQ with that crispy clean P2K. Got Chev and MC bringing you that observing goodness on the cams.
Well, that's forced an immediate reroute. The door open, but the path closed. As all of complexity will jot back towards B. Bro, next up to the plate.
It's quite a tight angle he's holding, perhaps more for info than headshots. Well, not for Grim. Incredibly quick and clean on that. And heading into kRaSnaL's domain, it's only kRaSnaL now with those dual Berettas. Grim's having a pistol round. He is alive, only just, but with 3 kills into the site, now the bomb's down.
Have to worry about this Warrow flank. Someday Young taking a peek, maybe trying to take some contact as Warrow is making noise. SDY noted and finds the first. A chance now.
Yeah, real chance if Warrow can activate. He is walking in, and SDY clotheslines floppy. However, JT, he's been having impact throughout the tournament so far. Maybe he can start this series off. The answers are resounding no. Solid hold and recovery there, and it's SDY's sharp shooting that activates and enables Warrow to find the final blow.
Yeah, DemQQ very happy with that. We know he's the engine for the team as far as the noise is concerned, so the bomb goes down, and we will likely see complexity follow through with a Galil force spy. We know how powerful that can be for the T side, but great shooting from the likes of DemQQ and SDY. Warrow's flank, as you mentioned, linchpin to get things done. P2K making a resurgence here, but as we... Wow, Grim, he's not too happy with that, is he?
Everyone's on the P2K. Okay, well, that's a clear exaggeration, but it is
a lot
definitely.
Of people are on there. A lot more than in
Yeah.
CSGO, so it's interesting to see.
It is funny we don't have like the actual stats, whether our guns are different or if it is just, you know, the sound effects and the aesthetics.
I did see that somebody tweeted out to Sloth Squadron, you know, the man who would have the spreadsheets with all the different schematics available. I'm not even sure if he's able to get those details anymore, so hopefully one day.
Because it is just, otherwise it is just to do with how it feels, right? To
and
the
trusting, well, an entity.
Ah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
Second round, with that bomb down, you got those Galils and AK-47s out. It's JT that stomachs just a sidearm.
Warrow is going to get a face full of, well, information or potentially lead in a moment. hallzerk will take the initial contact.
How wide does hallzerk go before? Yeah, it looks like JT's going to edge in. So, wow, he's done a fantastic job with that one. He wins the duel. Opening pick for Cole on this force buy, and there could be a lot more to come. SDY, he opts for a more passive stance. He's actually going to throw out a smoke of his own.
We'll give him some room to work with on the side if they want to try and regress in towards the bathrooms area. Galil will sound off. Org has been retrieved. Bomb on Grim was starting to transition back over towards A, but with approximately 36 seconds left on the clock, it looks like JT has other plans. Currently a retake setup on that B bomb site with the likes of DemQQ over towards Graffiti. Bro up in towards the heavens with a fast rotation from the 2 A players right now. There is a smoke on hallzerk. That would be perfectly placed towards the heavens. Bro dropping down towards the pit. A bait and switch setup with DemQQ. There's the smoke lineup. A flash and a go.
Nade from Bro. Lands on JT. Nice work from him. Finds Floppy, but it still looks like Grim and Floppy have done enough to get that bomb down safe. A couple of seconds to spare on that, and Grim, sharp shooting, closes it down. Complexity, take the round and take it cleanly. Just to 1 casualty.
That grim look in the previous, wiped off his face quite quickly. And that is a key round to win. So we will see the force buy back immediately from Monte. But we know with the loss bonus of only 1,400 and the CT side, things are going to be very bleak. And that is probably one of the biggest takeaways as far as the MR12 economy is concerned at the moment.
Yeah, no, these second rounds far from safe, are they?
I really like the way that was approached from complexity, though. Take the bathroom control, have you come through the upper bathrooms. hallzerk takes that contact first, and or is at least intending to. So great job in the opening onto Warrow's Org. And as you can see, look how limp this buy is. We're talking 5-7s, Deagles, and just a smattering of smokes.
And yet, I feel like I've seen multiple rounds won with this response in those forced by wars. And this is not today for SDY. That's a great shot.
His head was just pinned to that back wall. Happened very quick and quiet with the silencer.
Already making a good bit of headway up long. Waro tucking into this corner on the long side. He's got kRaSnaL to perhaps set him up for success.
Has the bomb here, Alex.
Yeah, well, fortunately, he's not the one getting boosted up. That would have been a catastrophe, but boosted nonetheless. And there's the friction. kRaSnaL tags him. There's hallzerk for one, and he's not ready for Waro. And Waro's double deeg is dastardly. Now DemQQ gets the double, and just like that, this sidearm buy from Monte has put it all onto Grim.
Oh, I thought Elige had spotted two there. The bomb going wide, some fantastic shooting, and now Grim has to do his best to try and recover this. DemQQ starting to push behind. The first fight will be found. The bomb to be scooped, and 30 seconds remaining. Oh, he's not going to clear this.
No way. DemQQ got around just in time.
On the steps as well. Baited in.
Back is turned. Beautiful response from Monte. 3 in the round as well from DemQQ. Good to see him in winning form.
That's a classic overcook and the pooch situation right there from Complexity. The initial traction comes in towards long. You're about to see those highlights. So some very good shooting from Waro again. But then they try and capitalize on the space, assuming there won't be more members over towards A, running into the waiting arms of DemQQ. And yes, that is very frustrating. So back and forth we go with the forced by wars, but you can see Complexity able to get something quite tidy together here. A Krieg, a couple of AKs, a Galil, and a MAC-10. And the smoke to force them in towards the playground. But look at this pack roll mentality.
Yeah, I guess this is a bonus in the sense that only having one lost player in the previous, they do have essentially a pretty threatening battle in the fourth.
Look how quickly they've scampered it. There's no noise over towards B, so maybe a red alert for Waro. Acknowledging it now.
Aware.
kRaSnaL's rotating back as well.
Oh, yeah, good work from hallzerk. Long enough range with the Krieg. AK recovered. SDY and kRaSnaL looks perfect. Double spray on the orb. Chipped on down. Smoke will obscure his view. Elige's taken truck. Full rotations have come through. It's going to require...
for the dice box.
Yeah, it's a bit late now.
Oh.
Opts for Elige's truck position. Not quite on the mark, but bomb now ticking. Advantage Monte in the numbers department.
And a smoke for the bomb as well.
Kit on kRaSnaL. Flash good. Elige flashed off the line. Bro's come through. Bro hits his shot. So this looks like it's all Monte. Bro's double puts it all onto floppy. Bomb half gone, short. Need to find that kit on kRaSnaL's corpse, and maybe not even necessary. Just like that, Bro using that AUG to great success. In fact, I think that was 5 AUG frags for Monte. Double on kRaSnaL, triple on Bro. The job's a good one.
Definitely in vogue at the moment. Just like we were discussing the P2K, the AUG getting a resurgence. The Krieg as well being purchased up a little bit more. And
started so well.
Yeah, it did. And that pace, this is definitely something that we have been discussing throughout IEM Sydney, first Tier 1 CS2 event of all time. But we've seen pacey and pack-rolly Counter-Strike, definitely simplified in that fashion. With the plant, Complexity don't want to justify another force buy. But if Ents was in the server, we'd see they've gone all in. It will just be 8 cleavers, 5 of which the Deagle's $700 hand cannon. How many domes can they blow off? Speaking of the doors, blown off and into the face of Waro. Going to be run down, but the support from DemQQ met with a timely fashion.
We heard in the interview from Elige talking about the rematch and the fact that perhaps Overpass, a bit of a black box. They haven't played it against Monte. They haven't played it at all in an official capacity, so they thought perhaps that would be something to celebrate and be in favor of Complexity. But right now, it looks like Monte, they've been in the lab themselves. Their CT setups, their awareness, it's all there.
Yeah, I think this is where we need to... Well, it's quite difficult. I'm not looking at all the stats and going, oh, yeah, this is the best CS2 player, or this is the way that maps are going to play out. This is very early stages, so I'm kind of taking it as it comes. But if we are to look at Overpass and use what we know from the CSGO days and MR15, if you can get yourself 3 or 4 gun rounds, well, actually 4 seems like an awful lot. If they, from the 1 round they have from the Force, if they can get themselves 3 gun rounds throughout the remainder of this half, 4 in total for Complexity, they should be very, very happy with that.
This is smoke. Aggressive stance from kRaSnaL. He's got SDY above him on the pie position. Molotov off now. Clear of the smoke. Waro knows someone was there. And Elige first to fall. Is he yet to frag? Yeah. Elige on the goose egg. Interesting CT smoke thrown out there. Floppy unable to do much other than wait.
Lacking util and lacking space. Floppy to babysit the backyard. Grim currently assisting from connector. A boost for hallzerk, but we only have 55 seconds remaining. So at a certain point, if no kills come in, JT will need to call up the regroup to the trajectory of that monster smoke. So redeploy that information. We'll head straight through the pipeline to JT and, well, up the pipeline. Looked like it was going to be Grim, but they're rerouting down the connector stairs, somewhere that they've had control. The door to swing open and the pounce towards B. Bro towards barrels. DemQQ towards CT. And the fast rotation point of Waro, he'll be responding in with the AWP.
JT, first man on the scene. Bro, activate. Well played for the first. Quick response, but it's DemQQ and Waro. They defend comfortably.
Good job, man. Good job, good job. They picked the Overpass now.
I think he's saying good job, guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that bleat word
No,
means,
that's the only part I couldn't quite translate.
If anyone at home might want to let us know, you can find us on the Twitter sphere.
I think essentially, my guess would be it's like it was used in that context as a dude. You
Yeah,
know?
like,
It's
good job, bros.
Nice dude, nice bro.
Yeah.
Nice man.
That's what it felt like to me as
Yeah.
well. Well, another one of these limped-in investments from Complexity, saving their pennies. Lost bonus well and truly in their favor, maxed out going into the next round of play. Should be able to buy everything they want and more, so curious to see if the hallzerk AWP comes into play, likely considering he saved himself 2,800. Looking to do some damage because these last few rounds, Monte have done a decent job of keeping quite a few of their individuals alive. The lion's share. Swinging wide, taking fights, a little bit scrappy, but bro will course correct. JT, first to fall in round number 7. But no real pace on this, and while this is a bit more classic of Overpass, taking your time to spread across the map, waiting for the CTs to relinquish control or taking it back off them. Elige currently has the most forward presence over towards A, and that's enough to bring the rest of the team to join the party. This hallzerk flash would likely be the initiator. How well will it be placed? You've got Waro on the site towards Dice. You've got Sumdai Young on the jump spot worrying about Long. Now, the run and gun, that's going to be the key for Complexity.
Waro spots him out. He's not going to be rushing to take that duel. They already have the man advantage. So with 25 seconds, we are going to need to see the commitment. Colt start to hit the go. And Floppy puts SDY down. Floppy with the double on the dig. It's a triple from Floppy.
What?
And just like that, the bomb's down the round. Soon to follow. Elige nearly had DemQQ there, bro, on the rotate. Thinks better of it. And they call the save. We're going to have to see that from Floppy's POV. Because
And that is wild from Floppy.
I mean, that was, in my mind, about to be a very comfortable Monte 6.
Maybe that one's going to warm Floppy up to this a little bit. The first, beautiful.
Yes.
The second and the third is just juicy. Great job from Floppy. You can't stop the flop. And as I was mentioning, Floppy not the biggest fan of CS2 in its current state. That might warm him up to the game a little bit. A highlight and a half as all you can do is smile.
Yeah, now you say that bliart word again, but in a different context.
Yeah, a little bit more of a sour tone. And that started with a bro opening onto JT. So a lot of space taken. And to be fair, it wasn't like Monte were playing the round incorrectly, right? They were playing passive. They weren't overextending. One of the worst things you can possibly do is play too aggressive and give away an opening pick. They get a rifle. That's just spectacular work from Ricky.
Ricky Barbie. So Complexity get one back. Now a full buy. Let's see if this interacts differently.
Well, they're boosting over the smoke, it seems like. Take a look at it.
Flak damage there.
Yeah, I think hallzerk and Elige boosted over the aggressive CT smoke. gRaSnaL, the singeing. Yeah, he definitely heard that, but SDY will just get the better of him.
Had him so low, and a quick headshot. DemQQ go in. It's floppy again with the multi-kill, so tied it up to a 3-on-3.
On straight back to B. Elige and hallzerk have given up the territory over towards A, immediately rotating back. But speaking of rotations, Woro in connector. So all three of Monte will be in place to respond to this. How aggressive do they want this defensive stance to be?
Do you really dare walk through that? I mean, they have got flashbangs, but chances are the crosshairs will be close and likely going to pull the trigger. Okay, kRaSnaL does take one. Elige cut down. Bro holds on to his sight. It's hallzerk in the clutch. Bomb on his back and time. Ooh, damn, the spread gives Bro the warning. And Monte given a 6th. Solid hold from the Bianca.
Yeah, and solid stuff from Bro. Not necessarily as flashy as an individual like Boros, but we've heard from the Monte camp they're like someone that's a bit more of a team player.
Yeah.
And Bro definitely seemed to be fitting that bill. He's topping the charts for Monte right now, but we can see the aggression from Monte. We see these fights coming in the early stages. Floppy doing his best to grab 2 back, but the gamble to stack over towards the B site. Well, it comes in, and it forces the first tactical timeout. TC, resident South African, on the mic alongside of JT. That's the brain trust. Now, due to the, well, quote-unquote eco win, thanks to Floppy's Deagle, they will be able to supplement another purchase. hallzerk, does he want to try the AWP again? Yes, that is confirmed. So guns across the board. And remember, we're setting the bar at about 4 rounds in total for complexity on this T-Hall. Half is quickly getting away from them. 8 rounds played. 4 remaining. Ancient up next, Anubis as the third and deciding. And this is a very important series. The last spot in the arena for IEM Sydney up for grabs.
Yeah, and what an opportunity as well for revenge. Monte sent to the lower bracket in the first and opening round.
Again.
And Bro in the feed immediately spams the monster smoke, catches JT. That's a tough one to stomach as he throws and replaces the smoke with one of his own.
Just interestingly enough, Bro's found 2 opening exchanges, both of which have been onto JT so far. So just having to play out the majority of the round, a man down again, and it's your in-game leader. So sure, maybe you're not missing the firepower. I say that JT's actually had some large performances in CS2 thus far, but he can be the puppet master from the grave. And again, the aggression.
Oh. Grim felt so ready for that, and yet SDY just drive by. Good response. Elige and floppy get the job done, but look at the kRaSnaL flank.
Unrelenting.
You're not expecting it. You're not ready for another one immediately. And good find from kRaSnaL. So just the 2 of them now. Elige and hallzerk up against the world, up against the ropes. Oh, commits to the spray. Elige is gone. And with a tut of his tongue as another round comes in for the CT side. This is a solid defensive haul. We know T-side overpass can be a pain. But if you look at the rounds that Complexity have managed to convert so far, it is definitely been, it's been spotty.
A 4-spy and
the second
a
round.
Deagle round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
not a single gun round.
No, and that is quite condemning. But if you're a Complexity fan, maybe you're going to be positively surprised with this next purchase. Another limp in. Tech 9s, Mac 10s, maybe some pace to get in the face of Monte. Don't let them dictate. Quickly over towards B. All 5 ready to get things started.
Rose was flashing himself into a nice wide swing, but Elige is beating him to the punch, and it is just brute force. Straight up into the side, up the guts. kRaSnaL cut down by that recovered AK, and the round's done.
Yeah, let's get Happy back in the server. Maybe some of that French Tech 9.
Roof.
Be beautifully placed in a meta like this. But that's it, the pack roll, and that seems to be where Complexity have got their best work done as a unit. When it's been spread out, they've been picked apart individually. It's like every CT side wants to be heroic at the moment.
Sure, but I mean, you were observing when we were watching the games earlier today that a lot of the spacing is changing as well, and a lot of the grouping, a lot of people are liking to just travel as a pack, and the fact of the matter is, do you think there's a correlation when we're saying a lot of the time we're seeing some teams struggle on gun rounds but do great on these half buys? Do you not think that might be linked to the fact that you're more often going to be as a pack on those half buys?
Yeah, I think that's probably the way you should be approaching them a lot of the time. Right, Counter-Strike got to a point where it was quite puzzle solving based off of the information you had or the expectation of what teams would be doing. I think a lot of that has gone out of the window. Teams definitely have approaches that they're a bit more preferential to, but I think it's more random in the sense that teams are going for more plays like we've just seen.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
there's more in-your-face Counter-Strike at the moment.
we saw it from Bro's POV. He was there as fast as he could be, and there was 3 on his screen as he rounds that corner. Elige gets it done.
Well, the guns are back out, so Monte will win this one.
Yeah. Practically call this one an 8.
There's an exchange towards long right now. Yeah, Elige just got the better of SDY. SDY solo pushed long all the way. Was trying to isolate that single fight due to their smoke in towards the playground. He gets that, so number advantage. That is a change for Complexity.
It's forced a rotation. It is literally just Bro. It's just one man on this B site. I think that's what Complexity are hoping for as they start to commit. Grim, Floppy, charging in. Bro, the trajectory of the nade might make it very clear where he's going to be hiding out, but the smoke's great from Bro. Buys himself some time, hiding within it. Now he comes out of it. Nearly had one onto Floppy in literally 1 HP.
Save.
Yeah, you're going to have to. So those 2 frags. Elige catching the first, forcing the rotation off of the site, and you can't even blame Bro for not being able to hold on to the one-man hold.
I'd hope to see a little bit of a hunt here. Now, it can't be too overzealous, as you can see a bit more safety net positions being resided in by Monte right now in case they push and then they can consider this retake. But next round, we're only looking at a 1900 loss bonus. And when I say next round, it will be the final round of the half. So I'm surprised not to see more members from Complexity wanting to get stuck in and try and take away a few of these rifles. hallzerk has hung around. Unable to find anything, nobody peering in from the heavens, and he will be able to scamper out in time. So kRaSnaL, DemQQ, and Waro all holding on to their upgrades. Now they will not be able to drop an awful lot. Maybe Mac 10s. We'll have to wait and see how they want to operate here for the final round of the first half. But those 4 rounds that we discussed Complexity needing have been secured. Yeah,
and this was their gun round as well. So there's a nice deviation from the norm. Not only with the first gun round, but the first consecutive pair of rounds for the boys. Complexity. Can they find themselves a 5th? That would certainly sweeten the deal, considering the buy of their opponent. It's got some gaps. Just a mag 7 for SDY. hallzerk, he's looking to go for something quite pacey here. Orpa posts up on short side. DemQQ.
Oh,
Ooh, gonna surely have an immediate trade, but Floppy catches him there. So good team play from Colt. hallzerk hitting a good one under the scrutiny there. And Grim and SDY having a bit of a standoff again towards the underpass, but he's not going to be ready for another, is he? That immediate kRaSnaL second. Good work from Grim. Waro's AWP, the last hope, the last bastion of hope in this final round of the half.
now here's the problem. The bomb is starting to transition back. Floppy would have heard a few of those steps. You need Elige to head towards A to investigate to find out if he's actually home or not. So util being thrown on both sides of the server. I think there's a dumpster smoke as well as a heaven smoke in play.
Oh, if he'd have timed that HE as JT cross short, could have been a good way to give himself a chance.
He's pinned now. Elige will have the flank. Smoke should be fading in the next 10 seconds or so. Ah, another one deployed.
Whoa, Waro! He gets away with that. Blows the smoke. Hits the shot. And Elige knows where you are. Waro considering it. Oh my god, Waro. You can't clutch this. This would be... No! Oh! No, he actually pulls the trigger!
Oh!
Crazy! Crazy attempt from Monte's Orpa. A 7-5 half. Not bad at all. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 7-5 scoreline. It's do or die, sink or swim, playoffs or elimination. Complexity. 5-round haul on the T side with 3 on the trot at the end of things. Really finding a bit of a solution there. It felt like Monte were in full control for a while. Full control, my friends. You know that reference?
Is it a May?
White Ra. That was like a StarCraft reference.
Oh, yeah.
Real rolling about the years there. But 5. Not bad for Cole. 7 for Monte.
Definitely starting to heat up now. I think for the majority of that first half, it felt like Monte should have had this handedly. But coming alive on some of the lighter buys, Complexity have made a half of things, and I would say have done more.
Interesting. Look, they're doing a delayed fight towards the connected position, but that's enough. Yeah, they feel like they've the jig is up. They've been spotted out. And hallzerk, this is what DemQQ's waiting for. He's counting on them pushing for the info. And no one's spaced next to hallzerk for the trade. So DemQQ gets a freebie. Great start.
Even trying to bait the ladder, seeing if there's any more aggression. So with a number advantage on the pistol, Monte looking to convert both. And that would be tidy. DemQQ will
He's chilling, right?
take back an awful lot of space. So he can activate late. There is I think sometimes Young's going to come down and clear it out completely. So between the two of them, they can secure connector while waro is taking a bit of traction towards A. Contact has been found. The A defense of JT is on a high alert. He has the support of Floppy, and just rotating back now is Alish. With the smoke and the flash on kRaSnaL. Oh, Grim's taking some hefty damage here as well.
Yeah, not looking favorable at all for the North American side. Stay diligent here.
DemQQ's in towards
forces
B.
them back, and yeah, you're right. DemQQ's calling the B side wide open.
I want to say difficult retake. However, Monte were able to do it, but that was with a swift flank.
Yeah, no such thing here. Especially considering Grim's hanging on by a thread. So some heroics required from the 2. Make it 1 remaining member. It's all on Alish. He's a dead man too. And a solid pistol. Both going the way of the Warriors on Monte. And don't forget, this is Complexity's map pick.
That one is going to sting. I don't know if we'll see the CT side force. It seems unlikely. I'd be expecting to see Complexity go into the purchase on the follow-up. DemQQ and waro with impact in both pistol rounds in this map, so that's tidy from the Ukrainian pair. And kRaSnaL having a bit of a giggle.
The contrast between Grim's reactions and kRaSnaL.
But you can tell Grim is tense, right? And obviously so. This is an important matchup. These teams have played each other an awful lot in the last couple of weeks. Not to mention the opening game, the best of 1 of IEM Sydney that went in the favor of Complexity. And then you add on top of that, this is the second series for both of these teams today. 2 best of 3s with a lot on the line.
Ooh, ships in the night. JT had kept pushing, but waro's already making some progressions. 3-man stack towards alongside.
On his own with an AK. This is audacious.
It is, but Bro could lose his Galil here if he does get caught off guard by this. Now they'll push him, and perfect work from those USPs. SDY! Oh! He was looking the wrong way, but it works out. It's going to be 2 frags on the eco.
Bomb's coming back to B, and Floppy is still the unknown agent.
Yeah, but waro's late flank is revealed. He takes down Alish with his knife out. Bomb going down. Floppy is going to be here quicker than they're anticipating. Oh, not anymore. kRaSnaL gets a couple of shots fired in his direction and works it out.
Should save these Galils, I would imagine.
Oh, for sure. You'd think so, but it looks like Grim's got other plans. They want to give it a look in. Not going to be easy, but they've managed to find the first on the way in. It's kRaSnaL first onto Grim. Needs another. Good work. Shreds through his unarmored opponents and makes it 9 for Monte. Effective eco. Good couple of kills. But, yeah, those saved Galils could have been perhaps better utilized into the next.
Yeah, in the 3-on-3, they know that waro's over towards A, hoping to capitalize on the man disadvantage on the site, but just great shooting from kRaSnaL. Very good stuff from the pole as he will get himself up to the double digits. SDY, the only one to crack that on the side of Monte. JT having a rough go of things so far. Would love to see the in-game leader get activated as the in-vogue aggressive CT smoke molly combo will come out to play.
He dropped his rifle, took the SMG, and now they're gone! Floppy with a magic trick makes Monte disappear.
Plans have been cancelled. Monte, you will not go any further, not past go, do not collect $200.
Did you play the house ruler with free parking? Where you put all the cash in the middle, free parking gets it if you land on it?
We may have. I know we definitely didn't trade for properties, which I know is also part of the Monopoly rules.
Yeah, people always say Monopoly takes too long, but it's probably because we've got all these house rules that really drag it out. Well, we'll see if they can have a monopoly of violence here. Can Complexity keep 5 alive in the first gun round? First opportunity for us to see their CT setups. And Floppy making it a whole lot easier on his teammates with a 3-man spray down on the pace change coming in from Monte. Do you think that's going to kind of maybe hinder their willingness to go for more aggressive all-ins?
I think, considering the circumstances of the round, it is interesting to see them go for a play like that, knowing that they would have had a bit of a util advantage. The reason I say that is with the type of buy that Complexity brought in, you're hoping for a bit more heads-up Counter-Strike where you don't need to play the util game and try and take space and flash back into angles and deny. So this is it. Floppy playing the anti-flash. They've got their standard nades down, the Monster Smoke and Molly combo. And even with the Extinguish, yeah, as you mentioned, Floppy does move everybody considering that monster push. And now, well, they're left with very little. This is the type of round where maybe you'd go with the Tech 9s in that type of a rush, and they're just going to have to hope for Angels themselves. Elige, a self-flash. Oh, he knows he's under pressure, because hallzerk is, and Elige, he might be following as well. Run down, caught out, and Grim's here with some quick trades. How many more can he find? He needs to back off.
He does. He seems quite stubborn. He's going to be very low after that bullet finds his head. Yeah, drops the molly, but packs his bags and gets out of there.
Well, if they can recover these rifles, everybody from Monte should have a gun.
Yeah, Moro going towards the underpass, down the ladder.
I guess with everybody spotted, might be considering a B push to take that space. Floppy investigates now from Divider. JT making sure nobody has been able to slink up long. And Grim, well, on this low HP, he's just left wanting, having to play somewhat of a retake position over towards Graffiti. But as we can see, Monte are not in a rush. Floppy wipes the smoke. Nobody progressing just yet. And with 50 seconds remaining, it looks like Warrow's gone the long way round, making sure that Grim has relinquished this control. And that third rifle should be available for him.
So about 30 seconds. Starting to edge their troops towards that A-bomb site.
It's all Floppy.
A lot of pressure on his shoulders. High impact in the previous. Can he continue that? Good timing. Warrow looking the wrong way. Does go wide for another. And it's all 3 from Floppy. There's more and more impact. We're saying his name an awful lot. Checking his frag total up to 15 off the back of that one.
I just want to check his stats so far for the event. I think for Complexity, he's probably been one of the bottom performers.
Looking good today.
Yeah, definitely so. Yeah, he has been. Very, minus 21 coming into this series. Like, well and truly at the bottom. It's Elige at the top, then Grim, then JT. hallzerk has just...
So he's been having the least amount of fun.
Yeah, and now he's having the most impact. That Deagle round...
There's 3 rounds which are just Floppy.
And that's a swing round that these... Oh, hold up. Well, they haven't fully forced.
kRaSnaL didn't get the memo, or it's deliberate. We're going for that hero Galil. And it's not lasted very long, just like that. hallzerk and Elige make light work of this one. Deagle headshot from SDY, but with 2 HP, the nade's got his name on it. And so, yeah, it's become a 1-round game rather rapidly. Considering both pistols go Monte's way.
And we know that Warrow is the in-game leader, even though he doesn't sit in the middle. We learned that over there at ESL Pro League. There was a mystery. I think when we were on the couch, everybody had a different story of what it could possibly be and what we'd learned during the lobby in the previous weeks and the previous events. And no, kRaSnaL let us know that it is indeed Warrow calling the shots. I'm just curious not to see LMB take a timeout going into this gun round to try and set the record straight, so he must be happy with what Warrow is calling. 2 connector, 2 over towards A and contesting towards B. Well, will be hallzerk to fight DemQQ, who can't cross back with ease. 4 players towards this side of the map for Complexity. Definitely just heard that crunch of the nade. Another mystery.
So many of those.
Especially if we're testing at home. Floppy?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I bet he is a CS2 fan today. DemQQ's through the monster, knowing he needs to make some space. This is a fight against J2, who has been struggling. Not anymore. Necessary.
Yeah. Well, that really, really hinders Monte's project in this round. Round 18. hallzerk's patience. Oh, it would have been rewarded. Didn't quite hit the shot, though. Bro investigating. Expecting hallzerk to have fallen off after taking that shot. He's right in his assumption. So Complexity, they got 3 to receive on this site. SDY. Next one up. Should have a strong advantage on this angle here, hallzerk. Sees the shadow. Oh, but JT goes wide ahead of the curve. That's awkward. That's even worse. Complexity flattened. Grim tuts his tongue and starts to approach the site. Elige, though, a little bit of a deviation coming in from short side. Is Grim going to be able to anticipate Bro's position? He's locked in now. It's really looking like Monte have done enough here, but SDY now knows where Elige is. Grim is caught out by Bro. Solid work from him in one-on-one. And Elige hits his shot. Big clutch for Elige. Just what Complexity needed. After those frags came through, a 3v5 saved by Elige.
You could see that from Bro. With where the bomb was planted, I think he wasn't certain exactly how far Elige had gotten away, trying to step out and play ahead of it. So a little bit sketched out in that one-on-one. Now this is how it all started. It was 2 easy kills. Well, maybe not easy, but 2 kills found for Complexity in the early stages. But then it was a 3-on-3 in the late stages towards B, and just much better shooting from Monte. They get in, yeah, and that is frustrating for SDY. He backed off, got caught in the back, and Bro just didn't have enough in the tank to secure that clutch. So with that plan, they will be able to get themselves out another buy. Not willing to brave the flames was Warrow. SDY considering it. hallzerk's ult this time aggressive in the monster pipe, so he has been prevalent over towards B in the last 2. Starting with dual rifles, that's Elige and Grim over towards A. Elige patrolling the connector. Will have company shortly. Ah, that's smoke. So that's just being thrown into the back of Bro. You see this happening an awful lot as well at the moment in CS2. Nades getting lodged in your teammates. So that was meant to land front bathrooms. This created this awkward smoke wall in combination with Elige's that he's thrown out to escape. So yeah, well highlighted by MC. Very awkward now. And they're rotating the bomb back towards B. hallzerk's still here.
Yeah, he's
indecision. Spotted.
Exposed. He still manages to find one. So not too shabby, but still threatening. Floppy pulls back, lets them in. And the whole team is rotating through. So with kRaSnaL and DemQQ on that site, you should see a bomb plant go down. Complexity, they know they have the numbers here. Oof, Floppy feeling the wrath of that HE. So he's been chunked low. DemQQ's also walking with a limp. Bro, power position for this one. They're actually taking the time to erect the boost.
There are
Barrel
kids.
spotted, headshot found. Bro can't get 2. DemQQ though, onto Floppy. JT the response. It's only DemQQ in the 1v2 and light on time and no head left. They'll get it and take the lead. Complexity. They're locking it down here on the CT side. That is a run. 5 consecutive rounds now for the North Americans.
And again, we just have to highlight the Floppy impact. That first gun round that they were able to pick up was the B rush coming through from the likes of Monte, where Floppy had the triple kill. So another impactful round. We discussed the 3K up on the A site where things almost got out of control, and we all know what that sound means. That timeout from LMBT has been called. Complexity, no. They are surging quickly forward to the map victory of their choice. Monte have selected Ancient as map number 2. How's your lip reading going?
It's in its early stages.
Okay, well I didn't catch anything from LMBT just there. What are the changes as we move into the tail end of map number 1? They have been able to get out yet another buy. Krieg for SDY. The rest of which are going to be operating with AK-47s. Enough utility as well to help them get this basic map control. Just need to avoid the boo-boos as aggression towards A once more.
Yeah, this is a brawl that Monte should be comfortable with. Warro swinging around just in the nick of time. They get out of dodge. Actually, Alish flashed off. Moonwalking out of there, just tucks into the long toilets. Drops the smoke and, yeah, 5-on-5 still, despite the willingness to take these fights. Alish, ballsy to try and cross back. Wants to have a crossfire with JT. Bloody hell.
Yeah, that is a tense moment for sure. Well, they have been able to delay it now with the smokes, so actually repositioning to come up close behind the divider. Alish, forward of the two, the nade to clear. Steps out, partially flashed. Needs to reconsider this aggressive option as this is a bit of a stalemate.
It's making it even more intense.
Yeah, well, it is an intense round, Alex.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, for 11, we're getting dangerously close. 2-13, and Monte, it's been a while between drinks.
We do say unlucky for some, don't we?
We certainly do.
Not in Counter-Strike.
Certainly not here in CS2.
Has to be A. 30 seconds need to go. Alish, first fight, doesn't go his way.
Yep.
Bomb's coming up long.
20 seconds. Grim just looked away. Just as kRaSnaL rounded the corner. It's collapsed on this A site. We're going to have a nice tied game. That was a peculiar round. Like, as you replay it in your mind, what was the break point?
I think if LMBT has noticed that hallzerk's AWP has been quite prevalent over towards this B site, saying, hey, we can take this space over towards A. They just had to wait out the util, so they weren't just going for one-on-ones or going through fights that would be favoring the CTs with their nades. So they just essentially waited out those smoke fades and then the go. Right, Alish taking that fight, that was the signal. They were able to push up long, and frustrated with that one is Alish. And Grim, you've got to reel it in. We know that this is an emotional team, but this is only map number 1, and you just had yourself a massive streak of rounds. We were talking 5 consecutive.
Yeah, take the rough with the smooth. And this one most definitely in that former category. 5 alive for your opponent. 10-10.
We need to point out how important of a save that was for the two members of Complexity, because now guns can be juggled and jostled across to give them a full buy. Otherwise, could have been a break point and a turning point in this map for Monte. So the coffers will start to be cleaned out for Complexity. As left over, you only have JT at the high end with 2.4. The loss bonus of 1,900 into the next. If they lose the site again and multiple members are still alive, expect to see another Complexity save. Otherwise, this map might be running away from them very quickly. Well, this is a big change. Or back over towards A on hallzerk. Alish aggressive long. Nobody patrolling the bathrooms and ready to go B. They're coming through.
Floppy tested, beheaded. kRaSnaL requesting access to the site by force. 2 of them down there. Molly's there, going to force the fight. Grim's burning. Sprayed down. It's too comfortable for Monte.
Save. And that happened very quick. I think the adjustment came in from Complexity, expecting it to be another one of these rifle A plays. They heavy out towards long, so they weren't going to be exploited by that yet again. In the previous round, kRaSnaL deleted them doing exactly that. And hallzerk has to hold on to this AWP. The bomb, only about 10 seconds gone, so his position now noted. Samdai Young is already on the hunt, but he's going to head the wrong way. So hallzerk is the one who's really in the biggest point of danger. Alish should be fine. I don't expect him to get chased down. It's all action on the Norwegian to defend his honor and the big green. As previously mentioned, 1,900 as the loss bonus coming into the next. Might have to see them take... Wow, that's the question. Do you force with 2 saved guns? Do you take a save and then go for a buy in the next? Because you're unlikely... Well, actually, JT, if he saves again, should be able to have out an AWP. I mentioned the cache that... That looks so awkward, doesn't it? Both of them smoked, mollied, flashed, and just sitting like a couple of sore thumbs in the middle of the open there. So
yeah.
Easy work, light work for Monte.
Yeah, really cool take.
And yeah, I want to say good performances from the likes of Bro and kRaSnaL. 17 for Bro, 16 for kRaSnaL. Got 14 for DemQQ, Warro on 13. And a timeout to be called this time, the second from the counter-terrorist, aka Complexity. So they have gone for the buy. There has been enough to make the drops happen. JT getting out an M4. Famous in the hands of Floppy. Still the util to work with. However, not a diffuse. No, actually, I tell a lie. There is one diffuse kit in play on floppy. Oh, and off the back of the timeout, LMBT will call his own. So
He hadn't finished.
no, wanting to set the tone. Maybe expecting an adjustment out of TC and Co. So I wish I could say see what he was saying, but what will the adjustment be?
I mean, this is the swing moment. This is the determining round.
These bumps come in. Well, they know that the AWP of hallzerk has been saved. Do they expect it to head back over towards the B bomb site? Do they expect a more standard play of him as the AWP at A? I wouldn't expect pace to be the answer from Monte, considering the circumstances of the purchases for both teams.
Okay, they start with a 3-man A setup.
Looks like it was a lurk smoke meant to be thrown deeper out Monster, but that has gone way too deep, so shouldn't be any worries as floppy will cop a bullet, but towards long we might have some action.
Yeah, this setup's really hinging on hallzerk hitting this first shot. Just Waro. Yeah, it's a clean kill. Elige.
Immediately responding to B, I would assume. Oh.
Unnecessary, and damn, kRaSnaL. These are individual duels, and Complexity have won both of them, so it's a 3 versus 5. It did nearly get out of hand before.
But currently a 2 versus 3 on B.
That's true too. JT's been quiet. He's got floppy with him, top of the scoreboard. And that smoke's not going to last forever. Still a full minute in the round. No info on this short wrap.
hallzerk's here.
Just in time. Oh, perfectly timed. He hits the shot. DemQQ one back. But limited options heading towards that monster tunnel, heading towards floppy, jumping, banging his head off the tube. Didn't quite manage to find the frag. DemQQ does.
Would need to be the ace.
Yeah, it would be one hell of an ace.
Smoke's picked up. This is nice. Something to work with. Bit of buffer walking through, and oh, Elige with the premonition.
Uses that reload as an opportunity, and he catches Elige sticking out. DemQQ, what are you cooking? Nade's great, but he lives on. He lives on. One headshot could do it. Oh, narrow miss. As Grim secures it, and so do Complexity. That was off 2 timeouts from the 2 different coaches into a Complexity win.
And a lot of casualties taken for Complexity, so DemQQ's damage actually may be more than enough to keep Monte in this. Here was the opener from hallzerk. We're on that swing towards the rock. An easy one for Grim because kRaSnaL looked like he was lost. But then the damage that came in from DemQQ was great because it means that the buy right now is going to have some omissions as far as Complexity are concerned. An MP9 out for play in the hands of JT. The rest with rifles.
Yeah, DemQQ seemed quite happy with
Same
the damage
setup,
he's done.
same setup.
Maybe a different result. Let's see what happens. hallzerk hits it. Elige was flashed. hallzerk's re-peeking.
Oh.
He's nailed another. Some strong shooting from hallzerk as he's racked him up. Takes down 3. Jobs are good, and get out of there. Mission accomplished. Grim happy to take the duel DemQQ provides. Cut down, though, and that advantage now grows smaller.
That could be a massive mistake from Grim. In fact, he's given that one over.
Yes.
Sure, it's a 2-on-3, but hallzerk's low.
And it's forced floppy to rotate through.
And remember, JT only has an MP9.
Can do nothing but watch.
At least it's not his fingernails.
He knows he might have to be talking to Grim after about that very round, about that very fight.
Well, floppy has been great.
Some info off that HE. Just clean from floppy. Stands his ground. Takes down DemQQ, and there it is. 12 in the bag. TC, a little sigh of relief there. Final round of regulation. What do Monte have for us?
Okay, well, the mic comes down. The timeout has been called. The discussion from LMBT now into round number 24, but this is stubborn from hallzerk. Stays on his perch and just continues to re-peek. Finds himself 3, and the 4th and final onto kRaSnaL, catching him on those swings. hallzerk's dialed in.
It does feel like, yeah, if he's in the right part of the map when Monte are coming, he is finding impact throughout this CT side. So great to see the Norwegian on. Most definitely a win condition for Complexity against teams like this.
Feels now that they've lost track of the AWP, so this discussion point again, does hallzerk go back over towards the B bomb site where he's picking towards short, he was picking towards Monster where they weren't smoking? Does the bluff called right now from Monte that they try and accelerate towards B? We saw them go for the disperse the smoke on Monster, in towards the site, overwhelm. That worked for them previously and might be the call now to try and take things to overtime.
Oh, I love this call. They're expecting one thing, they're expecting B site abuse early, but little do they know. It's only hallzerk here. He's gone for a forward nade to try and puff up his chest, act like more. A solo AWPer wouldn't be throwing nades like that, right? He'd be holding a line.
Yeah, but they're going to have to use a little bit of utility to take this space. Flashes, run boosts, the whole kit and caboodle, as you can see, 2. They do not want to give away 3 kills towards hallzerk on the flower pot yet again. That information flowing. hallzerk calls out the information, but they're pushing to DemQQ. Floppy's going to find the opener.
Big find from Floppy. Elysian Grim, nice speedy rotations. They're already here. They got that information, have used it to put the pieces in the right place, and now an advantage, an opportunity to close out their map pick. They know where the AWP is. hallzerk fires off his first shot. SDY will throw out that smoke. It's behind Grim.
Yeah, that
doesn't do anything.
No, if it was meant to replicate like a front sight lurk smoke, you can just see how low down it is. hallzerk can see completely over it. Grim is ahead of it, and they are heading back into Floppy's domain, but there's just 2 players here for Complexity. They need to be careful.
Flashes over, pushes there. So 3-on-3 now, thanks to Bro finding Floppy. But he's already done his hard graft. 2 kills from him. It's up to the rest. Oh, kRaSnaL puts a leash on his ass. It's awkward now. Monte recovering this one. kRaSnaL hitting some big shots on the way into this B site. He's comfortable, and it looks like overtime looms. Unless Grim's got a clutch in him, there's no way they'll let this one go. He only gets the 1. kRaSnaL, the 4K, and overtime on its way.
Felt like Team Counter-Strike went out the window in the dying moments there for Complexity. The fact that it was a 3-on-3 on the site, and then that first shot from kRaSnaL up towards the heavens was massive, but then hallzerk, when the bomb was getting planted, try and isolate another kill, didn't wait for Grim to play in. JT flashed forward that of Floppy. He gets 1. JT gives away the life, but some great shooting from kRaSnaL. He's had some fantastic impact himself. And that's the moment where just the poise, just a moment of reflection for hallzerk before he gave away his life. Could have been the difference maker, but that's done now, and we are into overtime. 12.5K, MR3, and, well, essentially an MR15 regulation. What adjustments will be made?
Off of the rip, it's the charging Waro.
JT can't catch a break.
No, not at all. He was willing to stand and take that. Jordan wasn't expecting an AWPer to be rocketing into his screen in the first 10 seconds of the round.
I feel it's very important for Complexity to try and grab themselves at least 2 rounds on this CT side of Overpass. We know the woes that they experienced in that first half of play. It was down to deagle rounds from Floppy, force by rounds. It was scrappy. That's what was able to bring them back into the half before they started to post the gun rounds. A shot from hallzerk, a glance at the teammates' monitor to try and secure any information possible.
Yeah, maybe just to see if he hit the shot.
Now this is a gamble call. hallzerk has read.
Oh, Floppy. What an adjustment. He was
Having a game, isn't he? Having a game.
He was not supposed to win that.
Alesia's connector.
They're just walking in. They're on the warpath right now. DemQQ. Front man. Strolling in, but it's hallzerk's AWP again in the right place. Have you got one in yet? The answer's no. A missed shot from the AWP. Gets awkward now. It's Monte. They're looking for this first in overtime. It's only SDY, though, as a flurry of frags. They favor Cole. And there's 13. The first secured by Complexity.
And doesn't matter that JT went down first at all. The fact that they were able to recover that, the gamble that they had taken, the fact that they had just called the bluff of Monte there, said, hey, yeah, we'll give up, hey? We think you're going to head over towards the B site, and this is just great from Floppy, continuing this fine form.
Yeah, looking fantastic. Interesting to see them use their 1 overtime timeout. You said 1, right? 1 per overtime or per half?
As far as I understand from Mr. Michał Slavinsky,
yeah.
1 per set of overtime.
Okay, that makes sense. So, but the fact that just losing that first round, LMBT's like, right, lads, let me jump on that mic real quick. knows what he wants.
The funny thing is, LMVT is the loveliest of guys. Whenever he's outside of this kind of environment, super smiley. Hey, Chad, nice to see you. Love being in your country right now. Super serious, and understandably so. This is a match with all to play for. The arena awaits Friday, the quarterfinals for one of these two teams. Who's going to make it? That's the question, and Complexity are just fighting for their life on their own map right now. Fast pace over towards A. Sumdai Young, joined by Bro and Waro. Fast out towards Long. hallzerk going to pick in. Have to take these fights. And again, an opener for the Orb.
Yeah, good work from him. And he's managed to get away as well. Little does he know, not occupied with party, so can slink back into the A site. Grim will cheat over as well. Elige investigating through connector. Now we saw Complexity recover the 4v5. Can Monte do the same? Underhands the smoke, and actually moving up on it is kRaSnaL. So Elige going to get caught off guard. That was a chance for the multi-kill, but Grim will trade. Advantage maintained. Still a full 60 seconds of play, but Sumdai Young and DemQQ, they're just holding walk and holding W, moving in on that A site. Ooh, caught a whiff, did hallzerk. Through a decoy.
Not spreading.
Grim. He's going to take that first fight. Great work from hallzerk. He continues. Still very much up for debate. Resmoke from SDY. Plant from Waro. Not an easy one to get back into.
There is a flash for hallzerk. So do they want to wait for the smokes? They have defuse kits to try and make this one possible. Because see hallzerk lining this up now. Both riflers heading over towards Bank. SDY tucked in towards the dumpster, and Waro with that AWP.
Bank fade. Shot hit. Waro onto JT. Response from Floppy. All onto SDY. And he's made a meal of the spray. hallzerk. He closes it down with the pistol. He's having a fantastic performance here in the start of the series. And it's a must-win series. Such high stakes as you've already outlined. Playoffs on the line. And they have managed to keep a cool head on their shoulders into overtime.
Now this is what I think is necessary for Complexity going into the second half if, well, the American fans at home would like to see their team win. Now we can flip it on its head. If you're a Monte fan, they need to salvage at least one.
Yeah.
On their CT side, they were also off to a great start. SDY, frustrated not being able to get that, but seems like he's kept his cool. And the camera angles that we can do in CS2, that is a thing of beauty.
Oof. So is that flashbang. Look at Grim just full flashbang dancing all the way back into con.
Elige? They haven't heard him? Oh, must have now.
But he still manages to adjust onto the first. The second would be crazy. But elsewhere, kRaSnaL's been taken down. Grim will get away. Jobs are good and can back away. Concedes a lot of space to Monte, sure.
They have opted to re-aggress long together. So JT and Grim pairing up. Strengthen numbers.
So I like this reaction out of Complexity, not completely conceding space. That aware that there is a potential for that walk onto the A site. Oh,
hallzerk has been great on the AWP.
He's everywhere.
He's been fantastic.
Everywhere. Waro can't believe it. Long is still occupied. Grim's the one to find him.
Oh yeah, because the orb just shot. You're thinking, oh, I should be able to take a duel up. Long now, I can literally have a walk in the park.
Absolutely not. So that's 1 T round, not looking particularly likely now. Just DemQQ having a wander. And JT holding this angle. He's been having a real tough go at things. Can't catch a break.
Surely he gets this one.
This one's his. This one is his. I'm sure of it. And so's he. 15 in the bag. And swapping on sides. We will have to see 1 T round at the bare minimum.
I went to just buy Mac 10s in the first and rush B.
Right. I mean,
you know, do something completely out of the box.
Especially considering how often that pack roll has been rewarded. Why not? When you've got 3 opportunities to take your map pick and all the cash you could desire, not going to be. I'll get everything they could think of.
I thought there'd be a bit of a basement bargain sale on Orgs right now to see plenty of them come out, but no. Even considering kRaSnaL's proficiency on the weapon, has still opted to go with the Silent Stem 4. 3-man A start, Sumdai Young aggressive. has support for this. Pushed up towards the fountain. It is just a leash here. Behind the tree. Man, look at SDY just silently encroaching towards this smoke. Oh, we know someone's behind. It's all going to come down to timing. A leash.
Playing the fade. Didn't see him. Overlooked it. Still a just-in-time leash. That's mad. That is a mad one. Now kRaSnaL up against Grim. And again, kRaSnaL still in top form. Woro's AWP as well. Connected onto a leash, so...
Well, Woro's continuing to push with the AWP. He really wants to lock this down. No way back through spawn with the bomb. hallzerk lining up flashes, so he's not even ready for this. Flash forward. Bro takes the fight. Acknowledgement towards the B site now, and here comes Woro. Leg shot.
Oh, he had the head on his screen. Adjusts to the leg. Hits it. Bro's found a multi-kill in the meantime. On that approach. What a perfect distraction. Everyone in the team comms is screaming, there's an AWP behind us, you turn around and there's a rifle behind you.
Look how quick he got there,
yeah.
right? Such speed there out of Woro, and if you reflect back to the pistol round in the very first round of the game, that's exactly where he was able to find his impact. So Woro, the rogue, an assassin, causing strife and setting Bro up. And now, well, it's TC's call as hallzerk taking the cups off the headphones there. Stronger than he thinks.
Yeah, these 30 seconds fly by, just 10 left for TC.
I think SDY is fed up with the rifles. We've seen him miss a couple of shots that I think he thinks he should be hitting. So a secondary AWP equipped for this CT side defense. A full investment out of complexity, but it doesn't look like they're going to operate with anything fast, right? If they went full rifles or maybe had an SMG in the mix. Now, if they try and do that next round, that's where it becomes extremely obvious that type of play is going to come through. In overtime, I'd love to go with something fast out the gates, especially with that 3-0 fashion, knowing you just need to hit that uppercut to knock Monte on their ass and put yourself one map up in the series as we move into Ancient.
Yeah, well, the element of surprise, not yet on the periodic table, but most definitely valuable here in CS2. A whole lot of that going on. SDY fires off an AWP shot. Floppy activates on short side. Takes that control for the boys.
It's a double A AWP setup. It's like we have Simple and Guardian in the server. Isn't it crazy? SDY not holding an angle with an AWP. Maybe waiting for Woro to take next contact. That is curious. Smoke lines up. From DemQQ. Pressure now towards B. Double nades to the barrels, finds nothing.
Just a tag onto JT in the last bullet of that spray. Oh, well timed on the nade, JT.
Woro's rotating.
Hamstrung into this one. Bro finds Floppy. Monte completely locking complexity out of this attempt. You can see that they are starting to maneuver towards the other side of the map. Alicia's probing long.
Also telegraphed though, doesn't it? Oh, they haven't come in yet. There's 35 seconds left. They have no space over towards A. There's been no pressure whatsoever. We haven't seen anything long. There's been no pressure bathroom, no utility whatsoever. They just have to run in somewhat dry.
Yeah, the light on time. SDY getting run at though. But there's two of them. There's two bloody AWPs. Woro hits his shot onto Grim. And it's SDY's AWP as well, right alongside. One back from Elige, very low time. There's three of them on the truck. One crazy spray could come down, but JT's trying to get the bomb in. And they just have to charge at him. Elige, he's actually covered him well enough. And through the smoke, another. Maybe JT can come up clutch. He's known to have a clutch in him. The captain of Cole. Looking for Woro upon the fade, finds it, and now just what needed! Complexity close! What a way to finish!
JT quiet throughout that entire map, but impact when it's needed from the in-game leader. Put that one in your back pocket, 16-13, complexity, one map up in the progression series to the playoffs.